database management system, theory of computation, as well as the elective. Fine. So I'm here to guide you all about the subject, that is theory of computation. Fine. As the term it means computation. Fine. All it is been related that how the program, a simple program, is been executing into the main memory. Fine. So that program structure, how the compiler compiles. Fine. The moment when I say the compiler compiles a program, what are its phases, fine, and how it compiles the program, how the program is being break, what exactly the stuffs is going to happen, all through the compiler. Fine. So we will see first of all the units. Fine. Nothing is been changed for your syllables. Fine. I think so from 2002 onwards. Fine. From 2002 I think so. From that the theory of computation syllables is nothing been changed. Fine. It is all been a same content. Fine. I will just show you. Fine. So the first unit is all about the automata, and second is a regular expression. Third unit is all about a context-free grammar. Next, push down automata, Turing machine, and last one is the complexity theory. So the whether the problem is can be solved in a polynomial time or in a non-polynomial time. Fine. So this one is all about the course objective of theory of computation. What the course objective, it says that to introduce the students to a basic of theory of computation. Fine. So what will be the basic of theory of computation? Next one, to study a machine. Fine. And that machine is nothing but the abstract computing models, to provide a formal connection between the algorithms to solve a problem that is to be related with the languages. It can be a different languages. Fine. And next one is the main stuff that whenever you are going to compile the program with the help of the compiler. Fine. So the compiler must have a grammar, push down automata, Turing machine. Fine. All these are related to process a program. Fine. And last one is regarding the complexity as well as the computability. Fine. Complexity is nothing but if you are going to solve a particular problem with the help of the algorithm, you have designed the algorithm. Fine. And at the time you are going to check the time complexity, that the algorithm, it requires how much time to solve a particular problem. Fine. Simple example, if I take a bubble sort, insertion sort. Fine. You all are aware that they're having the time complexity which is being defined with the notation of the big O. Right? So same as the problem which can be solved with the help of the algorithm. Fine. How much time it takes, whether it can be solved in a polynomial time, or it can be extend up to the exponential or the factorial time. Fine. What will be the outcome? Fine. The course objective is all about this. What will be the outcome is nothing but after completion of this course, will the student able to, whatever this is all about here, will the student be able to understand the language, then afterwards the logic, alphabet, language representation, to design a finite automata. Next, course outcome 2 is all about the regular expression. Say suppose if I define one problem. Fine, we will see it. That problem can be defined with the help of regular expression or not. Fine. Next one is all about the pumping lemma. Fine. Next, course outcome 3 is context free grammar. Fine. So whether the student able to design a grammar for a particular expression or not. Next, course outcome 4 is all about push down automata and the context free grammar. Fine. So in the push down automata, they're having a stack, all the contents of input, it is being pushed onto the stack, and then it will process with the help of the automata. Fine. Automata is nothing but I can say a machine. Fine. Next, Course outcome 5 is a Turing machine. Fine. This one is a powerful machine. Today, whatever the systems or the compiler it is there, fine. It is all about a Turing machine. That's why you all are aware. Those who are a member of the ACM, fine, Association of Computing Machinery, they all are aware that in a computer field, fine, the highest notable award is all about a Turing award. Fine. So that's a Turing award is nothing but he have designed the machine in such a way that you can process any of the languages. And the last outcome is about a classification of the problems with the help of a time complexity. Fine. So 6 outcomes for 6 units. So this one is all about the basic introduction of a subject, that is theory of computation. Fine. Mid semester it carries 30 marks and end sem it carries 70 marks. Fine. So we will start with the basic introduction. Fine. What happens or how the compiler compiles the program, fine, and what is the use of a subject, that is theory of computation, when I relate it or when I define with the help of compiler. Fine. Screen visible आहे माझी, second year student?
Yes, sir.
I will just open. Fine. So you all are aware that they are having a simple program in a C, C++, Java, fine, any languages. Consider that having a input program, right? Having a input program in a form of C++. Right? That program you are going to compile it with the compiler, and you are going to compile a program with the help of compiler, say suppose G++, right? And the output of the compiler is always in a form of assembly language. A simple program, say suppose addition, subtraction, any program, those who are having the extension of .cpp, when you are going to compile the program, and the output, it is been generated in the form of assembly language. Fine. Assembly language is all about the instructions. Say suppose if I want to add, I'm going to use the assembly instruction, that is add. If I want to compare, I'm going to use the assembly instruction compare. Fine. I want to halt, I'm going to use HLT instructions. If I want to move, say suppose in a simple statement, you are going to define integer a is equal to 5. So what it means? It means that you are going to assign a value, you are going to store a value 5 into a variable a. तर आता तेच मला यार आता assembly instructions मध्ये use करायचं आहे. Fine. So how it will be, you are going to move into a register A. The value, say suppose I am going to define the immediate values, that is 5. Right? So this one will be the instruction, assembly instruction for simple assigning a value to a variable A. So the compiler, whenever the compiler compiles a program, the output is being generated into the assembly language. Fine. Then with the help of linker, or I can say before that assembler, fine. Now the output which is generated from the compiler, that is assembly language, it is been passed to a assembler. Fine. In second year, basically you have gone through the microprocessor. Fine. So assembler, it will going to convert these assembly instructions into a object code. Fine. Say suppose the output is in the form of .obj, that is in a form of object code. Fine. This object code, with the help of the another system software, that is a linker, with the help of a linker, it will going to convert this object code in a executable form, that is .exe. So that's we say linker is nothing but it will going to link the libraries. It may be in the static linking, it may be a dynamic linking, runtime, compile time, find the linking libraries, it has been there. And the linker is again a system software which basically helps to convert the object code into a executable form. And next, again a system software, that is a loader. Right? You come to know about all these terms in system programming and operating system, that is a SPOS. Right? And with the help of this loader, it will going to load a executable file into a main memory, that is a RAM. Now the program, it is been currently executing into a RAM. So this one is a procedure to compile just only a simple program. म्हणजे ज्या टाइमला तुम्ही युबंटू मध्ये जस्ट ओनली यू डिफाइन द स्टेटमेंट G++ फाइंड फाइल नेम .cpp, तर तो completely successfully compile केल्यानंतर lastly you are going to execute, that is ./a.out. So the moment when I say G++, Anita, G++, it's nothing but it's a compiler to compile a CPP program. But what exactly the content or the component it is been there into the G++? जर तुम्ही Google केलं, Google करून जर तुम्ही बघितलं की what are the components in G++, बरोबर, तुम्ही चेक करा what are the components in G++, की G++ या compiler मध्ये काय आहे, you come to know that it's having a compiler, right, which is being related to a CPP, as well as it's having a assembler also. Just go through it. Google वरती चेक करा की काय components आहेत G++ मध्ये. You come to know that it's having a package of the compiler as well as the assembler together. Right? And in a simple way, when I say that what will be the process of executing a program, so the first, the program is been compiled with the help of the compiler. Java असेल तर Java साठी पण same strategy आहे, nothing else. C असेल, C साठी पण same strategy आहे, fine. Nothing is to be going to change. You have to compile a program with the help of the compiler. When Java असेल, you can't use the compiler G++, you all are aware. You have to use the compiler, that is Java C, to compile a Java program. So when you are going to compile a program with the help of compiler, the compiler output is always in a target code. Target code is nothing but in a form of assembly languages, that is .asm file. That ASM file, with the help of assembler, it will going to convert it into the object code. And you all are aware object code is nothing but move, add, compare, halt, ह्यांना प्रत्येकाला एक opcodes असतात, बरोबर, युनिक कोड असतो, opcode असतो. तो अपकोड मध्ये तो कन्वर्ट होतो. And rather this upcode, it is to be converted into a 0-1. Right? All about that, the machine level is nothing but all about the instruction that is 0-1, 0-1, 0-1. Upcode, rather it is to be converted into the binary code formats. Right? So assembly instruction is been compiled with the help of assembler, and the output of the assembler is in the form of object code. Rather, with the help of the system software, that is a linker, it will going to make a file in a executable mode. And next, with the help of a system software, again a loader, it will going to load a executable file into the main memory, that is into the RAM. And this one is all about a simple program execution. Fine. Now we will just focus on the first component, and the first component is all about a theory of computation. When all 6 unit, it is to be related with the compiler. Fine. When you are strong with the basic concept of the theory of computation, fine, how to define a grammar, what will be the regular expression, how the machine it should comes to a final state. Fine. These all stuffs we will see. And when you are strong in a theory of computation, definitely you can design your own compiler. Fine. I have seen, or I have also designed some of a basic compiler, fine, which compiles with the help of my instructions, whatever the instructions or the grammar basically I have defined. Fine. So just focus on a component that is a compiler. Fine. तर एवढ्याच पार्ट वरती फोकस करा. This one is all about a theory of computation. Fine. So when I say compiler, compiler compiles a program. Compiler is again divided into a 6 phases. Fine. The first phase is nothing but it is a lexical phase. And the first phase of the compiler is the lexical phase. Next one is a syntax phase. After syntax phase, the next phase is a semantic phase. After semantic phase, the fourth phase is the intermediate code generation. Intermediate code generation. And next one is a code optimization. Code optimization. And the last one is a code generation. All these phases is related to the compiler. म्हणजे ज्या टाइमला तुम्ही G++, GCC, Java C, fine, or any compiler for the Lisp programming also, fine. When you compile a program, at that time the program it will go through all these 6 phases. And what will be the output of code generation? Whatever output of code generation is nothing but it is .asm file. .asm file म्हणजे हे जे आपण शॉर्ट फॉर्म मध्ये बघितलेले और शॉर्ट स्ट्रक्चर बघितलेले इनपुट टू द कंपाइलर आउटपुट जनरेट करतो .asm आणि तो असेंबली लँग्वेज आपण पास करतो अगेन टू द कंपोनेंट assembler. Fine. So after going through all these 6 phases, the output of the compiler is nothing but it is in the assembly instruction, and this assembly instruction again it is to be passed to the assembler. Is that clear? And second year student, third year student. Clear आहे concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now consider having a C++ program, and in that the instruction is 2 instruction I have defined. So suppose consider A is equal to 5, fine, and a simple instruction say suppose C is equal to A plus B. So consider that I having a program. In that program the header file is also there, function is also there, fine. After function, in that I having some coding stuff. consider this two instruction it is there. One is the declaration section assigning a value 5 to a variable a, and next one I having a instruction that is c is equal to a plus b. So these two instructions, firstly it will going to pass to the lexical phase. Now what is the lexical phase? Lexical phase, it will going to break each and every part of a program into a piece of tokens. Are you getting what my statement is there? बरोबर, थोडा हायली आहे कारण की हा जो कंपाइलर कन्सेप्ट आहे हा कंपाइलर तुमच्या परत फायनल इयर मध्ये पण आहे, बीई मध्ये पण आहे, बरोबर. पण टीओसी कुठे कुठे यूज होतो, फाईन, कुठल्या पार्ट मध्ये जे प्रत्येक युनिट्स डिफाइन केलेले आहेत ते आपण फक्त एक बेसिक बघून घेऊ, बरोबर. So lexical phase, what is the purpose of lexical phase? That it will going to scan a complete program, right? And it will going to break those program into a form of tokens. So what will be the output of lexical phase? I can say the output of the lexical phase is nothing but it is in the form of tokens. Simple. So how it will going to break? How it will going to break these complete programs into a tokens? And what are the tokens? Token is nothing but it may be the identifier, right? Identifier nothing but variable. आता यामध्ये कुठले कुठले variables आहेत? C आहे, A आहे, B आहे variables, fine. Next one, it is a digit, कारण की यामध्ये 5 number पण आहे. Next one, a punctuation symbols, it's having a symbol also, that is semicolon. Next one, comma, fine, round bracket, opening bracket, closing bracket, fine, curly braces. These all are the punctuation symbols, fine. Next one, operators, fine. Here I having the operator also, that is addition operator, multiplication operator, assignment operator, fine. Next one, it may be a bitwise operator. Means what I want to say is that it will going to generate a tokens, and token may be the identifier, operator. Next one, header files पण आहे, functions आहेत, बरोबर. hash is nothing but again it is a preprocessor directives, right? So a complete program, it is been break into a form of tokens. Is that clear, the definition of lexical phase? Now you all say that आता तो break कसं होईल sir? What is the procedure to break? The procedure to break or the compiler, fine. Again for a lexical, in final year you come to know about a compiler, that is a lex compiler, Lex. Lex compiler, it is basically used to scan a complete program and it will going to generate a tokens in a form of these output, that is operator, identifier, digits, punctuation symbols, main functions, right? Next, you all are now want to know that how basically the lexical phase, it will going to break a tokens, the complete program into form of tokens. The first one is nothing but with the help of a regular expression. With the help of regular expression. This one is a unit number 2. In the TOC, the second unit is all about a regular expression. So the lexical analyze, it will going to break a program into a form of tokens. How it will going to break a program? With the help of a regular expression, that is known as a RE. And with the help of regular expression, what I am saying, with the help of regular expression, it will going to design a finite automata, a machine. And what is the purpose of machine? What is the purpose of finite automata? Ki integer a is equal to 5 if I miss a semicolon. Remember that what my statement is, that integer a is equal to 5, and if I miss a semicolon, you all are aware that it will going to throw an error of that ending or missing a semicolon to this particular line. हे तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे की सेमिकोलन जर मी त्या स्टेटमेंटला डिफाइन नाही केलं, just I have defined integer a is equal to 5, you all are aware that the compiler now it will going to throw an error, that is a missing semicolon. So in which phase basically the compiler throws an error? It will going to throw an error from the lexical phase. प्रत्येक phase चे errors आहेत, व्हॉट आय एम सेइंग, प्रत्येक फेजची एरर आहे. हा जो एक एरर आहे की मिसिंग विथ सेमिकोलन, फाईन. नेक्स्ट वन डबल कोट्स, प्रिंटएफ मध्ये तुम्ही डबल कोट्स देता, बरोबर. तो जर एखादा कोट्स जर मिस झालं तर इट विल गोइंग टू थ्रो अन एरर दॅट इज मिसिंग विथ द कोट अगेन फ्रॉम अ लेक्सिकल फेज. रिमेंबर दॅट. सो हिअर हाऊ इट थ्रो, कंपायलरला आता कसं माहित पडणार आहे की यार सेमिकोलन दिलं नाही. हाऊ द कंपायलर कम्स टू नो, the compiler comes to know with the help of finite automata, with the help of the machine. And how the machine, I will just show one demo. And here only what I say, my statement is that integer a is equal to 5 semicolon. This one is a proper statement. It will not going to throw any error, right? But if I miss a semicolon, it will going to throw error from the lexical phase. So how it generates, what will be the machine finite automata? The finite automata is nothing but all about a states, a transition functions, fine. In a q0 state, fine, integer, this one is a data type. आता यामध्ये कॅपिटल आय जर मी डिफाइन केलं, डेफिनेटली इट विल गोइंग टू थ्रो एन एरर. कॅपिटल आय एन टी जर दिलं, इट विल गोइंग टू थ्रो एन एरर. INTEGER, if I define this statement, data types, it will going to throw error. It must be in a form of INT only. You all are aware. So what happens here? In a first state, it will going to process I. It reach to the next state. In the next state, it will going to process N. After processing N, it will reach to the next state. It will going to process T, and it comes to a state Q3. This one is all about a finite automata. With the help of regular expression, it will going to generate a finite automata. बरोबर. आता ह्याचं फायनाइट ऑटोमेटा बघू. इंटिजर स्पेस, स्पेस इज कंपल्सरी, यू ऑल आर अवेअर, बरोबर. असं जर मी स्टेटमेंट दिलं, इंटिजर त्याला विदाउट स्पेस इफ आय डिफाइन ए, इट विल गोइंग टू थ्रो एन एरर, यू ऑल आर अवेअर. इंट स्पेस पाहिजे. सो इन Q3 स्टेट इट विल गोइंग टू हॅव अ स्पेस, a single space, and it will reach to a state. Which state it will reach to? That is to a Q4 state. Are you getting? In that Q4 state, just go through my transition diagram. Here I can define any variable or identifier, बरोबर. इंटिजर नंतर स्पेस देऊन मी बी डिफाइन करू शकतो, ए डिफाइन करू शकतो, सी डिफाइन करू शकतो, एनी टाइप ऑफ आइडेंटिफायर और द वेरिएबल डिक्लेरेशन. एंड व्हाट विल बी द रूल्स? द रूल्स इज दैट इट विल फर्स्ट स्टार्ट विथ अ लेटर एंड इट कैन हैव और इट कैन बी फॉलोड बाय अ डिजिट ऑल्सो. जसे की आपण A1, B1 हे पण आपण वेरिएबल्स डिफाइन करू शकतो. यू ऑल आर अवेअर. A1 or B, this one is also a variable. You all are aware, fine. So how to define a regular expression? What I am saying, just see it carefully. How to define the regular expression? I will define here, fine, that identifier must start with small a to z or capital A to Z. तो कॅपिटल न पण स्टार्ट होऊ शकतो आयडेंटिफायर, चालेल, काय प्रॉब्लेम होणार नाही. स्मॉल न जरी केलं तरी चालेल, पण तो मस्ट आहे. फर्स्ट जो लेटर असणार आहे, फर्स्ट जो अल्फाबेट असणार आहे, तो मस्ट आहे की तो लेटरच पाहिजे. मीन्स आय विल गोइंग टू डिफाइन प्लस. प्लस इज नथिंग बट वन और मोर ऑकरन्सेस. आर यू गेटिंग व्हाट द स्टेटमेंट ऑफ प्लस? इट इंडिकेट्स वन और मोर ऑकरन्सेस. सो आफ्टर ए, यामधलं कुठलंही कॅपिटल ए पण येऊ शकतो, स्मॉल ए पण येऊ शकतो, बी येऊ शकतो, कॅपिटल झेड, स्मॉल झेड, एनी व्हेरिएबल इट कॅन स्टार्ट. बट it may be followed by 0 to 9. It may be followed by 0 to 9 means digit न पण follow होऊ शकतो, or it may again follow by small a to z, capital A to z, small a to z, capital A to z, star. I have defined here star. Star, it means that 0 or more occurrences. तुम्ही यूज करा किंवा यूज करू नका. मीन्स इंटिजर ए, ए नंतर मी काय नेक्स्ट डिजिट किंवा व्हेरिएबल यूज केलेले का नाही. So these two operator, that is plus and zero, it means a lot. What the plus it means? It means that one or more occurrences, and star it means zero or more occurrences. So after processing this regular expression, बरोबर, यामधलं कुठलं जरी आल्यानंतर it will come to a state, that is to a Q5 state. After a Q5 state, what the next operator is your equal to. Or after equal to, it comes to Q6 state, and in this Q6 state you having a value 5. It may be anything. 5 असू शकतो, 6 असू शकतो. Means again I can define a regular expression. The value may be carry 0 to 9. And now it will reach to a next state, that is to a Q7 state. These are the states. After Q7 state, it is must to define a semicolon. This one is a main part. And lastly, the program ends into a Q8 state. And what is this state? This state is known as a final state. FS, final.
Excuse me, sir.
बोल ना.
सर Q6 मध्ये 0 to 9 डिफाइन केले फक्त. मग आपले नंबर्स त्याच्या पुढे पण असू शकतात.
असू शकतात ना, डेफिनेटली. मग तुम्हाला काय डिफाइन करावं लागेल? प्लस डिफाइन करावं लागेल. बरोबर, यामध्ये मी सिंगलच घेतलं.
पण रेंजच सर 0 to 100, 0 to 200 असं नाही देऊ शकत.
नाही नाही नाही. आता मी तुला सिंपल सांगतो, 0 to 9 प्लस. बरोबर, हिअर आय हॅव डिफाईन व्हॉट आय हॅव डिफाईन, इंटिजर a इज इक्वल टू 5. 5 म्हणजे एकच डिजिट मी घेतलेले. त्यासाठी सिंपल मी रेग्युलर एक्सप्रेशन काय डिफाइन केलं, 0 to 9. बरोबर. आता तुम्ही सांगितले की सर 5 पण असू शकतो. मीन्स सिम्पली व्हॅल्यू असू शकतो की सर 5 5 1 3 बीट मी असाइन केलं सर. 5 5 1 551 मी व्हेरिएबल ए ला असाइन केलं. तर मग हा तुमचं रेग्युलर एक्सप्रेशन वर्कआउट होईल का? तुम्ही तर फक्त 0 to 9 दिलेलं आहे. नाही होणार त्या केसमध्ये. बरोबर. जर मी इंटिजर a इज इक्वल टू 5 दिलं, फक्त 1 डिजिट दिला, a इज इक्वल टू 5, so definitely here it will going to work for this regular expression. And what my regular expression is that it carries a value for 0 to 9. आता 551 आहे, बरोबर. 551 3 digits is there, so I will going to define plus symbol. आता हा regular expression perfectly fix होईल, which carries 551. Means what it means, the expression 0 to 9 plus means one or more occurrences. One or more occurrences means here from 0 to 9 a first value 5. Again we are having the another value that is 5. Means हाच expression काय होईल, तो looping मध्ये येत जाईल. Next it's having a value 1. Means after processing this value, it will reach to a state that is Q7, and in Q7 we having a semicolon, and it's compulsory after each and every statement when it ends with the semicolon, it will come to a halting state, it will come to a final state, and that final state is being denoted by a double circle. बरोबर. तर हे जे मी स्टेट्स दाखवलेले आहेत, बरोबर, Q1 Q2 Q3 Q4 Q5, these all are about the TOC, theory of computation. म्हणजे तुमचे युनिट नंबर 1 to युनिट नंबर 6 मध्ये for each and every expression, for each and every problems, fine, you have to design a transition diagram. This diagram is known as a transition diagram, which contains the input, which contains a state, which contains a starting state, ending state. fine. तर आता मला सांगा की या स्टेटमेंट साठी हा ट्रान्झिशन डायग्राम और मशीन और अ फायनाइट ऑटोमेटा हा हॉल्टिंग स्टेट मध्ये जाईल. त्यातलं जर मी एखादा जर मी सेमीकोलन, if I miss a semicolon, I have defined integer a is equal to 551 and I haven't end with the semicolon. What happens? It will go through each and every state. Q0 state la jail, Q1 state la jail. You all are aware that the compiler, it will scans from left to right. तर तो integer properly process होईल. A is also, it will going to process properly. Fine. Next, 551 is also being processed properly, but it will not reach to a final state. To reach to a final state, compulsory यू हॅव टू प्रोसेस अ सेमिकोलन. तर त्यामध्ये काय होईल, त्यामध्ये तो Q7 स्टेट मध्येच तो थांबेल, तिथंच थांबेल तो. What my statement is that if I haven't defined a semicolon, it will going to be ideal in Q7 state only. It will not going to reach. And the moment when it stucks to a state that is Q7 state, then the compiler definitely comes to know that the user haven't ended it with the semicolon. So from the lexical phase, it will going to throw that the semicolon is missing. Are you getting? And this one is a basic. Fine, we will see each and every problem how how we can design a finite automata. Fine, fastly आपण फक्त go through करूया. So lexical analysis is all about a tokens. It will going to generate a token, and how it will going to generate a token with the help of a regular expression and a finite automata. These are the two important units, unit number 1 and unit number 2. This one is all deals with a lexical phase. Next one, after generating a tokens, next is your syntax phase. Just go through this syntax phase. Fine. What is the purpose of syntax phase? Syntax phase, it will going to generate a parse tree. Parse tree means C is equal to A plus B. What it means? तुम्ही डेटा स्ट्रक्चर मध्ये बघितलं असेल की ट्री ड्रॉ करणं. ट्री इज अगेन अ मेन पार्ट विच बेसिकली डील्स विथ द कंपाइलर, and that is known as a data structure which helps for designing a compiler. Fine. So here it's having C, next one operator plus A and B. So what is the purpose of syntax phase? Syntax phase, it will going to generate a parse tree for a particular expressions. आता तुम्ही म्हणत असेल की सर आम्ही सेकंड इयर मध्ये डेटा स्ट्रक्चर मध्ये बायनरी ट्रीज खूप आपण बघितलेले आहेत, पण ते ट्रीज जनरेट कसे होतात? हाऊ द ट्री इट इज बीन जनरेटेड? And you again in compiler also you say about that the second phase, syntax phase, it generates a tree. Tree it will generate with the help of a context free grammar that is known as a CFG. With the help of the context free grammar, it will going to generate a tree. This one it deals with a unit number 3. आता तुम्ही म्हणत असेल की सर ट्री जो आहे तो आम्ही डेटा स्ट्रक्चर मध्ये पण बघितलेला आहे. आता या एक्सप्रेशन्स मध्ये कसं होईल? से इफ आय डिफाइन द एक्सप्रेशन that is C is equal to AB plus and I ends with the semicolon. आता मला सांगा हा एक्सप्रेशन बरोबर आहे का थर्ड इयर स्टुडंट? दिस वन इज एक्सप्रेशन, इज दॅट करेक्ट? C is equal to AB plus semicolon. Yeah, anyone? Chinmay?
No, sir.
No, why? Because you all are aware that for defining or for addition, and you have to define a proper expression that is C is equal to A plus B, and then it ends with a semicolon. So it will going to throw an error. So these type of mismatch, what I'm saying, a mismatch expression without defining a proper operand and operator. What I'm saying, operand and operator mismatch or not defining a proper expression. At that time, the compiler throws an error from the phase that is a syntax phase. And how you generate a parse tree? You are going to generate a parse tree with the help of a context-free grammar. So this one, it deals with a unit number 3. Next phase is a semantic phase. Right? This one is a semantic phase. So I will show you the example of semantic phase. Right? C is equal to A plus or simply ठीक है, integer, consider C, integer C, float B, and I have defined the statement that is C is equal to B. So what it means? It means that you are going to assign a value of B to C. You are going to assign a value B to C, but B variable is of type float and C is of type integer. So you all are aware that कि तो typecast will, this is a concept of a typecasting. So it will going to convert from float to the integer. तर जे काही व्हॅल्यू बी मध्ये असेल, से सपोज 5.5 असेल, तर तो सी मध्ये डेफिनेटली इट विल कम्स टू एन इंटिजर 5. So this one is a automatic type casting, type conversion. Fine. So these type of a statement when you define in your code, at that time you say that ki yaar automatic type casting झालेला आहे. The compiler it will do automatic typecasting. So in which phase basically it will do the automatic typecasting is all about a semantic analysis. This one is a phase where basically it will having a type checking, type conversion, type casting. Right? After that, the input is been passed to the intermediate code generator. What is the intermediate code generator? The compiler it will break the expressions. तुमचे जर खूप लॉंग एक्सप्रेशन्स असतील, बरोबर, सिंपल केस मध्ये एक एक्झाम्पल दाखवतो. लॉंग एक्सप्रेशन मीन्स व्हॉट इट मीन्स, सी इज इक्वल टू ए प्लस बी ब्रॅकेट प्लस ए मायनस सी, next multiply by bracket a minus d ends with semicolon. So what is this expression it means? The expression it means you having a 3 parentheses. First parenthesis is a plus b, second parenthesis is a minus c, third parenthesis is a minus d, and again you having the addition as well as multiplication. So here it will going to break these expressions. In which phase it will going to break this expression? That is a intermediate code generator. तर सिंपल कोड आपण दाखवूया. सी इज इक्वल टू ए प्लस बी. सी इज इक्वल टू ए प्लस बी मध्ये कसं होईल, T0 टेम्पररी व्हेरिएबल T0 इज इक्वल टू ए प्लस बी, अँड नेक्स्ट सी इज इक्वल टू T0. तर तो काय करेल की टेम्पररी व्हेरिएबल्स कंपायलर हा बॅक साइडला जनरेट करेल आणि तुमचे जे लॉंग एक्सप्रेशन्स आहेत ते एक्सप्रेशन्स एका छोट्याशा म्हणजे व्हॉट यू कॅन से अ पीस ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन्स इट विल गोइंग टू जनरेट इट and it will going to store it into a temporary variable, that is T0, T1, T2, T3. These temporary variables, that is the 3 address code. ह्याला आपण काय म्हणतो, 3 address code. Fine. It will going to pass it to the intermediate code generator. Fine. From this intermediate code generator it will going to pass to the code optimization. तर code optimization मध्ये काय pass होईल as a input, 3 address code. Fine. And what will be the code optimization? Code optimization is nothing but it will going to optimize the code. Optimize the code is means simple. If I having a for loop, say suppose integer I is equal to 0, which moves I less than equal to 10, I plus. Fine. And here if I define say consider integer a is equal to 5. Integer a is equal to 5 for loop, and in that for loop I having the expression that is if a is equal to 5, if a is equal to 5, I am going to print simply that is high. I will end the if condition. Fine. Next again I will define the else condition, and in that else condition printf, say suppose by. Simple code ahe. So what it means? It means that I have declared one variable by assigning a value a is equal to 5. I having a for loop which goes from 0 to up till to the 10. Fine. Next one, if in that again I having a condition checking, if a is equal to 5, it will going to print a statement high, else by. If I execute this code, fine, you all are aware that it will going to print 11 times. Fine. 0 to less than equal to 10 आहे बरोबर. From 0 to up till to the 10, that is 11 times it will going to print a statement high only. What is the reason? The reason is that every time when it goes for the iteration 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up till to the 10, the value is same for the a, nothing is been changed, and the checking is also with the 5 values, a equal to 5, and a मध्ये पण value काय तुमचं 5. So for each and every iteration it will going to print high, it will not going to print the statement that is by. So what happens at to the first and second iteration, the compiler comes to know that this one is a dead code elimination. तर हा काय होतो, नंतरच्या ह्याच्यामध्ये नंतरच्या इटरेशन मध्ये हा कोड कंपाइलच होत नाही, हा कोड कंपाइलच होत नाही. इट विल गोइंग डायरेक्टली प्रिंट एल्स, इट विल गोइंग टू जम्प फ्रॉम हाय टू the looping that is for the I iterations. It will not going to compile, or it will not going to check for the statement that is else part. This one is a dead code elimination. So there are the n number of techniques. I will just list it out. Fine, तुम्हाला BE मध्ये त्याचा यूज होईल की code optimization is nothing but it will going to reduce the unnecessary code. What are the techniques? The technique is a dead code elimination, common sub expression elimination, algebraic expression, loop fusion, loop motions. Fine. Everyone say that in a for loop, बरोबर, फॉर लूपच्या आतमध्ये कधीही मल्टिप्लिकेशन करू नये, बरोबर. वाय? बिकॉज इट रिक्वायर्स मोर टाइम. द मल्टिप्लिकेशन पार्ट शुड ऑलवेज बी डिफाईन आफ्टर द एक्झिट ऑफ द लूप, बरोबर. लूपच्या बाहेरच कधीही मल्टिप्लिकेशन यूज करायचं, काय? कारण की इट रिक्वायर्स मोर टाइम टू मल्टिप्लाय, बरोबर. सो दॅट्स वन इज नोन अबाउट अ लूप फ्युजन, लूप मोशन, loop coding, fine, algebraic expression, peephole optimization. These are the n number of techniques which basically helps to reduce the code. And what is the reason? The reason is that within a less time to execute a code, reduce जर आपण केलं code, line of statements आपण जर कमी केले तर definitely it requires, or within a less time a program will execute. So this one is all about a code optimization. So the reason of code optimization is nothing but to optimize a code by using variations, by using a techniques, by using a methods. And lastly, whatever the code it is been optimized, it will going to pass to the code generation. So you all are aware that the output of the code generation is nothing but in the form of assembly languages. And these assembly languages, again with the help of assembler, it will going to pass on to the next system softwares. So this one is all about a theory of computation. Fine. So the 3 units, that is regular expression, finite automata, it deals with the first phase of the compiler, that is a lexical. Next, context free grammar, it deals with both 2 phases, that is the syntax phase and the semantic phase. Fine. Next, that is a push down automata and a Turing machine. So Turing machine, definitely it gives a, what you can say, a Turing award. जे कोण चांगलं रिसर्च करेल आपल्या फील्ड मध्ये, कॉम्प्युटरच्या फील्ड मध्ये, they are been definitely have with the help of the award, that is a Turing award. So what it means, Turing machine मध्ये असं काय केलेलं आहे की भाई त्याला जे कोण रिसर्चर जर चांगला, आता पण ट्युरिंग अवॉर्ड्स मला वाटते मागच्या वर्षी पण दिलेले आहेत 2-3 लोकांना, बरोबर. what they have defined, and what Turing machine, बरोबर, that the name of the machine is nothing but Alan Turing, बरोबर. हा एका व्यक्तीचं नाव होतं, बरोबर, की ज्यांनी या फील्ड मध्ये, कॉम्प्युटरच्या फील्ड मध्ये रिमार्केबल सिग्निफिकन्स रिसर्च त्यांनी केलेलं आहे. व्हॉट रिसर्च ही हॅव डन, की आतापर्यंत त्याच्या नावानं आपण एक हायेस्ट अवॉर्ड देतो, ट्युरिंग अवॉर्ड, इज नथिंग बट when you have the addition, multiplication, subtraction, division, हे जे तुम्ही operations करता in a compiler, fine, before whatever the compiler it exists, older compiler, बरोबर, say before 1920 or before 1900, whatever the compiler it exists, बरोबर, it does not have the operations like the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, nothing else. The relational operators, fine, comparison operators, bitwise operators, logical operations, whatever the operations you perform with the help of the languages C, C++, Java, any programming, fine, those operations is not possible with the help of the compiler. So he is the one, with the help of the machine, that is a Turing machine, he designed to perform an operations. Which operations he have designed? The operations that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, how to have a reverse string, how to compare a string, how to find out a substring from the string, how to check a palindrome, how to calculate a factorial. हे तुम्ही छोटे छोटे प्रोग्राम्स केलेलेच आहेत, बरोबर, इन फर्स्ट इयर, सेकंड इयर मध्ये. how to go for the palindrome checking, prime number, anything, what I'm saying, anything. The operations, you all are aware that these are the operations which is been performed with the help of arithmetic and logical unit. Barabar? These are all about the components onto the motherboard, that they're having a processor. Barabar? In that processor, they're having a cache memory, and the operations, it has been performed with the help of the AL unit, that is a arithmetic logical unit. To control all this, they're having the CU unit, that is a control unit. So these operations with the help of compiler, what I'm saying, these operations with the help of the compiler, it is been defined by the Alan Turing. So that's why it says as a Turing machine. हे आपण बघूया next stage मध्ये. Fine. This one is a unit number 5. What about a push down automata? That is known as a PDA. PDA is all about a unit number 4. Push down automata. Fine. So unit number 5 is that clear, Turing machine. Fine. What is the purpose? And next one, unit number 4, that is a PDA, that is a push down automata. So in that push down automata, they have used a concept of a data structure, that is a stack. Fine. Each and every instructions, when the compiler compiles the instructions from left to right, these instructions, it is been stored. What I'm saying, कुठलेही आता जरी तुम्ही C++ चे मागच्या सेकंड इयर मध्ये तुम्ही ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्रामिंग तुम्ही कंपाइल केलेले आहेत, डेटा स्ट्रक्चर पण तुम्ही 2 सेमिस्टर प्रोग्राम कंपाइल केलेले आहेत टर्मिनल्स वरती, बरोबर. सो दीज इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स, इट इज बीन stored onto the stack to verify whether the instructions is defined properly or not by the programmer. So what I'm saying, the instructions, it is been pushed onto the stack, that is known as a push down automata. And for that, they have used a data structure, that is a stack. Right? And last unit, that is the unit number 6, is all about the time complexity. Whatever the solution you have designed to a particular problem, right? That solution, it requires how much time, how much memory to execute it. And that it can be defined with the help of notations, that is a big O notations, omega notations, theta notations, little o notations, little big O notations. Fine. So this one is all about a time complexity. And तुम्हाला माहिती आहे की up till last जर मी मर्ज सॉर्ट वगैरे करायला गेलो तर त्याला येतो big O of n log n. Fine. But after that, they having the exponential time complexity also, factorial time complexity also. म्हणजे जसे जर मी प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व करायला गेलो, नॅपसॅक प्रॉब्लेम्स आहेत, ट्रॅव्हल सेल्समॅन प्रॉब्लेम्स आहेत, हॅमिल्टन सायकल्स आहेत. I think so you have heard about in discrete mathematics or data structure. Fine. हॅमिल्टन सायकल्स आहेत, वर्टेक्स कव्हर प्रॉब्लेम्स आहेत, ग्राफ कलरिंग प्रॉब्लेम्स आहेत, बुलियन प्रॉब्लेम्स आहेत. Fine. Boolean problems, I think so you have heard in Dell. These are the problems which comes under a category of a non-polynomial time. This cannot be solved in a polynomial time, p time. It can be solved in a non-polynomial time, and beyond that, it can be solved in a exponential time, or it can be solved in a factorial time. Right? So this one is all about a unit number 6. Right? So from the next lecture, definitely we will start with our syllables. Fine. So this one is all about general concept of theory of computation. What is the reason? So the main reason of TOC is nothing but to design a compiler. If you are thinking about to design your own languages, that's C, C++, Java, हे पण developers आहेत, बरोबर, की ज्यांनी हे लँग्वेजेस डेव्हलप केलेले, डेनिस रिची, बिजार्ने स्टोस्ट्रोप, जेम्स गॉसलिन. These are the developers which develop this language. And if from your class some you can say, what you can say, a sharp minded student, he think about that I want to design my own language. When it say I want to design my own language, definitely he must have to design its own compiler also. त्यांनी जर लँग्वेज जर डिझाइन केलं असेल तर त्याला कंपाइल करण्यासाठी कंपाइलर पण लागेल. And when it say I want to design my own compiler for a particular language. At that time, these are all the stuffs which basically helps to design a compiler. And it may be a regular expression, finite automata, push down automata, Turing machines. Fine, these are all the stuffs which basically requires or which basically helps to design our own compiler. When you just go through, you Google it, fine, you comes to know the various stuffs that a small, simple program also you can design your own compiler. Fine. So this one is all about a basic concept of a theory of computation. Fine. From the next lecture, definitely we will start with C levels. Fine. यामध्ये कोणाला काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे थर्ड इयर स्टुडंट?
हॅलो सर.
बोल ना.
सर आपलं कंपायलेशन फेज झाल्यानंतर तुम्ही सांगितले की एक .asm फाईल जनरेट होते.
बरोबर आहे, असेंब्ली लँग्वेज.
ओके सर, तर त्यात एक .nasm फाईल म्हणून पण असते, तर ती काय असते?
आता तू जर सी लँग्वेज मध्ये जर तू प्रोसेस केलं, बरोबर ना, मी उद्या दाखवतो की सी लँग्वेज किंवा सीपीपी लँग्वेज मध्ये तुम्ही असेंब्लीचे इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स पण ऍड करू शकता. हे केलेलं आहे का? मला वाटते सेकंड इयर मध्ये की आपण C++चं कोड घेतलेलं आहे, बरोबर. त्यामध्ये कम्प्लीट स्टफ्स जे आहेत ते सी प्रोग्रामिंगचेच इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स यूज केलेले आहे, बरोबर. त्यामध्ये जर मला असेंब्ली इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स यूज करायचे, बोथ असेंब्ली इन्स्ट्रक्शन्सचे पण कोड मला यूज करायचे आणि मला सी प्रोग्रामचे पण कोड यूज करायचे, सो आय कॅन यूज इट.
ओके,
तुम्ही एकदा चेक करा किंवा मी उद्या स्टार्टला तो दाखवतो, बरोबर. सो दीज आर अबाउट द असेंब्ली लँग्वेजेस ओनली, बरोबर.
ओके, ते .nasm काही वेगळी फाईल नाही आहे?
नाही, दॅट इज द सेम. जसे की मी सांगतो की से सपोज इफ आय वॉन्ट टू कंपाईल अ सी प्रोग्राम, फाईन, सी प्रोग्राम मला जर कंपाईल करायचंय Ubuntu मध्ये, यू ऑल आर अवेअर दॅट फॉर कंपाइलिंग अ सी प्रोग्राम you are going to use a compiler GCC. GCC compiler is basically used to compile a C program. Another one is a compiler CC compiler. CC compiler is also used to compile a C program. मग डिफरन्स काय की सर CC compiler न पण तुम्ही C प्रोग्रामिंग कंपाईल करू शकता, GCC compiler न पण तुम्ही C प्रोग्राम कंपाईल करू शकता. वेअर बेसिकली डिफर्स बेसिकली इन द फॉर्म ऑफ बायसन. बायसन म्हणजे याक पार्सर आहे, ते बायसन मध्ये तो डिफर होतो. तसंच .asm असू दे किंवा .asn असू दे, these are the files, all files which is been related to the assembly instructions. कोणाला काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे आणखी?
ओके सर, थँक्यू.
थर्ड इयर स्टुडंट.